Good morning. We're live. And Claudia's gone to the bathroom. I did have a cat sitting here in my tray. So that was part of the whole getting my water, my coffee, and my cat. So, here we are. And we're going to do some readings. And Claudia went to the bathroom, so I'm waiting for Claudia to come back. I just, Henry just left. I told everyone that I had a cat in a tray. I always bring a tray into my office with all my water, coffee, you can see right there. There was a cat right here. He was so cute. Anyway. And you should see Claudia's hair.
Oh my god.
It is so cute.
Thank you. You're going to turn the camera around, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to just do this. Here's Claudia's hair.
You need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I was such a dork. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to have some fun today. I will wait until some people get on. It's hot. Today is really hot. It is, I think it's going to be 101, I think. But you're going to have kind of some major heat down in South Florida too, right?
Oh, it's 90 something, but it's going to feel like triple digits. And they said the muggy meter is like, I don't know, they have a scale of like 1 to 5 or 1 to 7. It's high.
Yeah.
It's the South. It's like in the winter you can't leave your house because it's too cold. And in certain states in the South you can't leave your house in the summer. It's just too hot. You can't. You're locked in.
When I lived in South Florida, I rode I left my house at 4 a.m. Left the house at 4 a.m. to ride. Yeah. My trainer, 4 mornings a week, I rode at something like 5:15, 5:30.
Yeah, you can't. Hold on a second, Joan. Hold on.
Wow.
Tallulah's stuck. Hold on.
Okay, so the dog is stuck. She's gone to the bathroom. We're having a bouncy start here this morning. Anyway, I want to wait till she gets back. I hope Tallulah's okay. We have lots of fun stuff coming up. Oh my God. Now we have to show everybody Tallulah. No, Tallulah and your hair. Let's show everybody Tallulah and your hair. Ready? There's Tallulah.
There she is.
Okay.
She's a little freaked out. Her collar got stuck on a blanket.
So, who all is here this morning?
Okay, we've got quite a few people. Leslie Williams, of course.
Of course, Leslie.
Val Smith says good morning.
Good morning, Val.
Manisha Miani. Hi, Manisha.
Hi, Manisha.
She says hi, Joan and Claudia. Heidi Evans Emsley says hi.
Hi, Heidi.
Daniela Van Amsterdam says good evening to all from the Netherlands.
Good evening.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Joyce Lee Leggett says hi. Agnes says hi, Joan. Claudia and Shannon, so happy to join you today. We're happy you're here.
Yes, definitely.
Shelly Nastier says hello there. So nice to be here.
Hi, Shelly. Shelly's doing the virtual retreat. Oh,
nice.
Yes, she is.
Lynn Bridge says hi, everyone. Tanya Hoffe says good morning.
Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Tanya.
Agnes says hi, Miss Tallulah.
Did she talk to Tallulah in class?
Yeah, she did, and she called her Miss Tallulah.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah. Cheryl Cook says hi, everyone. Michael
Hi, Cheryl.
Says good morning.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Michael. So
Tallulah isn't just my dog. She's also a teacher in the program.
Yeah, Tallulah's a teacher in the program, and that's why we brought her into full view. And if you are in the program and you want to do teacher training. Get your animals lined up because they can be teachers too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We when I used to go to Florida a lot, we usually started with Prize, with Shannon's horse Prize, and then the advanced was Professor Riley. That was her dog. And he would look like a professor when he sat in the room. He was very cute.
Barnaby's going to steal that title.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kristen. So
Kristen says, yeah.
Kristen says what?
Good afternoon from Virginia.
From Virginia. So today we're going to do some readings, but before we get started on that, we're going to very specifically behavioral issues, family dynamics, and relationship challenges. So Claudia will be manning that station. But before we do that, I want to talk about what we have coming up. We have the virtual retreat, which is July 15th. Is that right?
Pulling it up right now.
She's pulling it up. So we have the virtual retreat. We have, and that's the Friday night is really fun. It's kind of orienting ourselves around animal communication and energy healing and energy fields and what it is to kind of like the morphic resonance or the ecosystem of your household, if you will. And then Saturday's kind of like a little boot camp for animal communication. And then Sunday is just the scalar wave for humans, and that's a very powerful morning. It'll be like our own little church. So that is coming up. And then, of course, we have the fall intensive, which I believe is October 7th, and it's never too early to start thinking about that. We have, what else do we have? We have AC Level 1 starts at the end of October. Energy Healing for Animals starts in the beginning of November. And then I go to Kenya with a few people. I know Kristen wanted to go. I know Claudia wanted to go, but I don't know. There's some people that are signed up, and it's going to be very fun. I do have a couple spots left if you're interested. I'm not announcing that publicly because I'm very invested in having the perfect right group, and so you'd have to kind of interview if I don't know you. I've had some people on some trips that, so I'm group monitor in advance so that we have a really good group. So that's it for what's coming up. And if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And the program is for people that want to learn animal communication or become an animal communicator, learn energy healing, or become an energy healer, become a teacher. And we also have nature and wildlife coming up, and we also have the whole advanced animal communication level 4, which is really almost is an animal ambassadorship, if you will, for helping rescues, animals in sanctuaries, animals in all sorts of situations like lab animals that have been rescued, things like that. Wildlife, zoos, sanctuaries. So that's a 1.5-year long thing, but you have to go through our other training first. So there you go. Anything else I should know?
No, I think you covered it. I just want to reiterate that the virtual retreat is July 15th through the 17th. I put the link in the chat if anybody's interested. Debbie Holbrook is here also.
Hi, Debbie.
Erica Washington says, hope you can share some photos from the trip. Sounds exciting. Oh, she will.
I will, believe me.
Agnes says, oh my gosh, I wish I could go with you to Kenya. Has been my dream for a long time. Mine too, Agnes. I hear you. So.
Kenya is very special. It is... when you get off the airplane, I swear to God, you just breathe in love. I've never experienced anything like it, ever. It's something else. And then when you get outside, you realize that you're also with a bunch of funny people because the first billboard you see in the parking lot is Uber in Swahili is Uber. So they've got good humor over there. They love to laugh.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I know. I love that. So it is a very special trip. If it is. So I'm doing that in 2022. In 2023, you should see, like, I've got so many tabs open of Namibia, Botswana. There's a northern part of Botswana that I've never been to that I want to get. So 2023 will either be India and South Africa and Botswana. I just haven't, I'm, like I said, at night, especially if I can't sleep, I just am going through national park after national park. I'm thinking about what would be most, I mean, I know what's interesting to me, but I want to, you know, I probably will take a survey to see what's interesting to other people, because the trip that I had planned for May 2020, right when the pandemic started, was India, and it was tigers and temples, and that to me would be like, it's so delicious, my mouth is watering thinking about it.
Oh
So anyway, there's that. But that is something that, you know, is on my heart to do, but I don't know, it didn't fill up as fast. It's like Kenya, the moment I told kind of an inner circle about Kenya, there were deposits in. So we'll see, you know, we shall see. Anything else being typed in here?
Glenn Bridge says, it is on my bucket list too. My daughter had the pleasure of going and she had an amazing experience. And Kristen Hedberg says, Kenya's got jokes.
They do.
So that's it. But I wanted to, before we go into the readings, just so that I could streamline it and we're not sitting here waiting for responses, there's some, if you would like Joan to connect with your animal, do you want me to go ahead and do this now? Okay. Joan's going to do some readings now, and if you would like Joan to connect with your animal, this is the information we need. I need the name of the animal, how old they are they dog, cat, horse, how long you've had them, who else lives in the home with them, and what the issue is. No backstory, just like, you know, it could be anything from resource guarding or peeing outside the litter box or you know, trying to kick the other horse, that kind of stuff, right, Joan? Like, just very basic. We don't need to know, like, their history or anything, just what the actual issue is. So, again, name of the animal, their age, how long you've had them, who else lives in the home, what the issue is, and what animal is it. So, please, if you would like that. Agnes, you said I would like to please. Okay. So if that's your, I don't know if that means Kenya or if it means you want a reading. So if you do, just please give me that information and I will pick you in order that it pops up on my screen. So, okay, Agnes. You ready, Joan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Skylar is 18 months old.
Is that a dog or a cat?
Wait, hold on. She didn't finish typing. Okay, so let's just give it a second. Okay, so Agnes, I'm going to wait for you to finish typing. Erica Washington, Odie, dog, 10 years old. She's had him for 9 years, lives with Erica, her 2 sons, and 1 other pup. Issue is lethargy and weight gain.
Okay, well, we were going to do more emotional and behavioral stuff, but yeah, we can do more medical intuition stuff another time, but basically, you know, honestly, when you've got lethargy at 10, you might look at the food or get blood work, and to see if there's been, like, did she say weight loss or weight gain?
Weight gain.
Yeah, I would look at that thyroid, because that's the first thing that, I would just go get a blood test and have them do a full panel. And if that isn't it, then I promise, because I already thought in a couple weeks I'll do, more health issues, things like that, or
So
behavioral.
Erica, you'll go first when we do
Yeah, and so we'll let you know when we're doing that. Okay.
Okay.
So, Agnes.
Okay, Agnes is not finishing her thing. Agnes, we need the rest of the information.
Yeah, Skylar is how old? Is what? Is it a dog or a cat?
So what is Skylar? 18 months old. She shares guardianship with her cousin who lives with his mom. And she lives alone. And issue is, okay, so we're going to go on. Manisha has a little Yorkie named Ari, who is 11 years old. We know Ari. She's had him since he was 3 months old. He lives with her and her husband. And Ari and her husband have a sibling relationship. And she is nervous for people to visit because she says he can get irritable and has bitten in the past. She means Ari, not her husband, but it's... So Ari can get irritable and has bitten in the past.
Okay. So my sense is that what happens is it's not just being irritable; it's feeling closed in on. And when I think because he's so cute, and he's got that king of the kingdom personality, people want to touch him. And so there are two things that came up really quickly for me. And one is that I feel like so first of all, I feel like his right side is not, like from the ear almost to the ribs. I don't know if he twisted at some point, jumping off of something. So that's a little bit, that kind of popped up. And I don't know if people have gone to pick him up and he's like, oh no. But the main thing that really came in loud and clear is that I feel like this is hard to explain, but I don't think this was a bad thing. I really don't think anything bad happened to him on purpose. What I think happened is it was almost like somebody played, and the image I have is like a blanket game sort of thing. Like he was so cute and he could pop out, and at some point he got trapped under that blanket and got scared and kind of bit, if you will, and barked, and that like kind of bit and barked at his way out of it. And I feel like if people come at him because he's so cute and almost bend over him, it's the same thing as that blanket coming over. And it's like, yeah, there might be an F-bomb, lady, get away. Like it's just a quick little, what are you doing? Because he literally barked his way out of wherever he felt trapped. And I think he was a puppy, and honest to God, I don't feel like there was any human malice. It just happened that he felt entrapped, and it might not have been a blanket. I don't know, I don't know. Just he felt enclosed, he panicked. He got out pretty quickly, and like I said, there was no ill will. It wasn't on purpose, but it's just that sensation, and especially on the right side, which I think they're two separate issues. So that's
we'll
it.
Let Manisha answer. Okay, and I have Agnes's information. So Skylar is 18 months old. Like I said, she shares guardianship with her cousin, and the issue is that it's a dog, and she's scared to go into buildings. She cowers and goes between van seats, includes PetSmart, vet, grooming, everything.
Okay. What breed? Just because that's another good question.
Oh yeah, let us know what breed your animal is.
Ish. I mean, not that.
Yeah.
Like big dog, small dog, that would even be fine.
She's a Bernese Mountain dog.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
I was feeling big. So, she is so smart. And she is so beautiful. She knows she's absolutely beautiful. And she's very much a big love. And it's almost like if I had to make up an astrological sign for her, it would be Cancer, just because she feels like such a homebody, and this, everything about home is what is safe for her. So when I asked her about, when I felt into so I didn't really ask her, but I felt into those fearful moments, it felt to me like there's something about sound, and there's something about behind her. And I kept, I just stayed with it for a while. So my sense is she kept talking about how she loves to be comfortable at home, that I'm a homebody. And I know how to do things. So it feels like you've done she loves to do a little training, and maybe she carries things, but she thinks she's super brilliant. And I think the more you do that, it's funny you should say that. I'm using scrap paper, and there's a Bernese Mountain dog. So anyway, I think the more you do this sort of like training stuff, the more confidence she has, because there's confidence at home. But what I sense is that at some point she was somewhere where she was just a little bit tentative to begin with. She wasn't full on nervous. She wasn't like almost, stomach walking. She was tentative. And I feel like a big door slammed behind her. Almost like, I wrote janitor door, or like an industrial door. And that sound, that clap of that sound, I feel like she might even be almost looking up for like this thing happening behind her, but the sound is in front. And so that's what I feel like. She's looking almost above this way, but she's afraid it's going to happen behind her, but she's going to hear it in front. So it's a very discombobulating experience for her. I feel like some of the stuff, you're in energy healing for animals, some of the stuff we're going to do in the next few weeks is going to be pretty great for her. And I think that also it's, you know, the idea being for her being able to see all the way around her. It's a very bizarre, I mean, I've never encountered this where it's like I'm looking ahead and up, left to right, because the sound was up over here, but it happened behind me. So she almost feels like she contracts, like what is it?
Accordion.
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad that you can read my mind. It's like the accordion is in completely. So, so she makes herself almost small, and you almost want to elongate her spine and let her be in the space. So I don't know if that helps, but I think that, you know, again, anything that builds confidence is the, you know, I think with this information you'll know what to do.
Yes. Okay. And then Manisha wants to know if the next, she said, thank you, Joan. Is there an issue with his right side now, or was it in the past?
I think it's, so my sense is that, like, even just the right, I think it was in the past, but, you know, they have muscle memory. So even if, like, for example, I don't know if I told this story, but, you know, I broke my foot, I don't know, almost 3 months ago, or 2.5 months ago. So when I was in Seattle a couple weeks ago, so the whole time my foot was hurt. And even once it was better, I canceled on my trainer, my riding trainer, because I kept thinking I'm going to throw up if I dismount, right? Like, so my meter of whether I could get on the horse or not was, if I thought about dismounting, was I going to throw up? So I finally got back on the horse and, you know, wasn't hiking, I'm not jumping rope, but I started riding before anything, of course. So I go to Seattle, I go on a trail ride with my friend, with Lola of the Northwest School of Animal Massage. And I'd ridden the day before, a few days before my friend's Grand Prix horse, but I got off on a mounting block. So here's this horse, smaller than anything I have, even Gabrielle, that I've ridden through the trails. I dismount, but even though my foot is fine, I was so afraid to put weight on it when I dismounted on the ground, which I haven't done, that I actually sat down in the parking lot and everybody thought I hurt myself. I'm like, no, I just was afraid to put weight on my foot. So when we've had something bad happen to us, so in answer to your question, I don't know that it still hurts, but the memory is there in a pretty big way. So it's almost like there might even be a shortness of stride in that front right foot. Like he might have a really cute little trot, but it might be based on just not even being able to extend that front right because of a twist way back. So that's where it's not the worst idea to think about I think you go to
It's right in my ear.
That was Astrid. Can you text Astrid and see what, tell her I'm on my live and then I go straight from here to teach.
Okay, I'll do that in 2 seconds. Next
does that help, Manisha?
We'll wait for her response.
And then what did Agnes say?
Agnes said she is super, 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 super sensitive to sound. Thank you so much for this. So helpful.
It was like a clap, but a clap that reverberated. Like it was so, I can't even describe how bad it was, but it happened behind her. But the sound, wherever this thing was, that she was already tentative and it scared the crap out of her. It was such a maybe tall, could have been the vet, that it's like one of those industrial doors with a tall ceiling. So the sound was in front, but the thing happened behind her. And so she gets disoriented, if that makes sense. And that did help?
Yeah. And then Manisha said, yes, they do acupuncture. Thank you so much. It's an emotional, she said, yeah.
It's an emotional what?
Let me read it. I'm sending Astrid. She says, it's an emotional thing for him. Yes, we do acupuncture. And Ari does walk a bit to one side. It's very subtle, but I kind of see it. Maybe we can move through this with Skylar. Claudia, I got it on Thursday. I'm on it.
Yeah, it's like you want to extend that, like, from the ear to the rib, to the back of the rib cage. Like, he needs to, like, do a big stretch to the left. And
yeah, like a half moon to the left.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? You could even do that with treats, right? Like, get him to create a barrier that he has to move his rib cage around. We do that with horses. It's really easy to stretch a horse that way. It's not, I mean, it's almost like if you could get him to stand straight and bring what we do with the horse is we bring the carrot around to the side. So they're standing this way and they're reaching, and that goes all the way down to the rib cage, and they're reaching, and that goes all the way down to the rib cage. So if you get him to keep his body straight, turn his head, and then get him to bend right at the left leg around your hand, because he's cute and teeny.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, that could also help. So, and I have lots of ideas when Agnes is, when we'll work on that with, I mean, that would be a great, whoever your tapping partner is for Energy Healing for Animals class, Agnes, you could tap on that, and then there's some stuff that we're going to do with the Skylar that's going to really be amazing in that class. So, stay tuned. Now I want water.
Okay. And then I have Lynn B. Bridge. Benji is a mini Aussie. Oh my goodness. Sorry. It's every breed.
And if everybody could post pictures in this thread, that would be even more fun. Like of Skylar and Ari and now Benji.
Yeah, Benji is 2 years old, a mini Aussie, lives with Lynn and her husband, and they have two other pups, Oakley, age 8, and Smudge, age 15. Anxiety issue when walking with Lynn and her husband, but calm only when walking with Lynn and the dog Oakley, who's 8.
Wait, and how old is Benji again?
2 years old.
And what's the 15-year-old's name?
The 15-year-old is Smudge, and Oakley is 8. And it's with Oakley that they can walk, and he's calm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So, I feel like Benji is, that he's a little complex. I mean, he's really simple on the one hand. What you see is what you get as far as what he feels. But I feel like, I'll just kind of talk about that in a second. So I feel like he gets very busy. And even when he's on a walk with you, he's busy. He said, I'm very smart. And my sense is he's absolutely irresistible because he's just so cute. And he's, you know, he would learn tricks for you. He would do whatever it is that you want him to do. He loves being in love with life. He's in love with you. He's in love with your husband. He loves the dogs. So I kind of felt into the relationships with the others, and my sense is that he loves Oakley. Like Oakley is an interesting character also. From his perspective, Oakley can be. So it feels like the complexity for me is that there's a leader in there and there's a student in there. And because of where he falls in the family, he's always the student. He's been expected to be the student, but he's looking around going, hey, wait a minute. And my sense is that sometimes Smudge isn't as settled as he can be out on a walk. Oakley seems more loosey-goosey, but will give an instruction if necessary, like, hey, that's too much energy, Benji. But for the most part, Oakley is kind of easy. But Smudge, it feels like, has lost a certain, not leadership, but certain edge that Benji had counted on. And then Benji doesn't know, do I step up? Do I overstep Oakley? Do I overstep this? What do I do here? So I feel like there's confusion about where he is in the lineup as far as how far he can go, because I think that he doesn't want to get smacked down by anybody, but at the same time he's got natural leadership and would be taking care of Smudge in a different way than I think he thinks none of you are paying attention to. I don't know if Smudge is losing his hearing or losing a faculty, but it isn't how it started. And so then, I guess the long and short of it, what I've said over and over in 5 different ways is Benji doesn't know where he is and how far he can go with taking over or taking care of the situation. And he still loves being a kid. Like, he still loves just being the kid. So, I think that's the struggle, if that makes any sense.
Okay, we'll wait for her response.
All right.
Okay, and now I'm going back up. So, we'll wait for Lynn to respond.
I need a fresh cup.
Oh, Smudge is no longer walking with us due to how old she is.
Okay. So I think there was, I think that there's just, even though Smudge may not be on that track, Smudge had a leadership and a know-how, and I think he's just really got to find his way. There's got to be a new way. There's a new normal, and I don't feel like he's fully knows what that is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Because even though Smudge may have been older and she still had leading the charge, if you will, just even if it was because she was slower or a lot was determined because of her, and now he just needs direction. And
it's
commitment.
Kind of reminding me of Olivia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who would have barked orders with no legs, and she did. Not one leg was working at the end, and she still told everyone what to do with a single bark.
Okay. Hold on. I have to go back in the chat. Okay. And while we wait for, there's another response. And you nailed both Oakley and Benji. I feel my husband's energy is really huge. Again, okay. Walking with me, but husband
I can't. Lynn, if you read what you wrote, it's like in a different language.
It's like when I try to dictate something and I read it later.
Yeah. Or when I try to text now without wearing my glasses, big mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake. Lynn Bridge does chaos.
Okay, yeah. And he really likes a little bit of order. And the challenge is because he's both teacher and student, right? Like he's kind of right in the middle there. He could be part of the chaos worse than anybody, but he really, boy, if there's anybody that needs a little bit of order, it's him. Yeah.
And Benji has anxiety.
Yeah. So I feel like there's, we've got, if you write into sessions, we have people that need case studies or
EFT.
for EFT. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot we can do as a school.
Yeah.
Which I'm very proud of.
Me too. I'm proud to be part of it.
Yeah, I love what everybody's doing.
Agnes, you don't add. I'm going to add. Agnes is asking, how do we add pictures to this chat? You can't add them to the chat, but you could add them to the Facebook group. So you put a post in the group saying, "This is the dog that Joan talked to in the Facebook Live today."
Yeah.
Just give us a little synopsis. I can't wait to see her face. Oh my goodness.
I know, me too. I bet she's so ridiculous. And I can't wait to see where that goes, Agnes, because that is one of those things that, if you didn't get like the full picture from an animal communicator, you could be addressing certain pieces of that, like giving her confidence, but it's almost like we just have to take the sound out of the echo chamber and the fear from behind, if that makes sense. So, and we can do that with EFT and with even like bladder sweeps, things like that.
Yeah. So now we have, and I just lost. Okay, Donna Kalian. Sorry, Kalian. We have two cats. Oh my God, Buddha and Kona. Okay, I'm done. The names. We've had them 4 years, and they're 4 years old. It's her and her husband, and two kids, 16 and 19. Oh my God, that's my kids' age difference. My daughter left for college.
Stop.
Swear to God. Okay, Donna, my daughter left for college this year.
Her daughter's home right now and is going back in August. Yeah.
That's crazy. 16 and 19. Wow. This year issue is Kona is going after Buddha and causing him harm.
And they're both 4?
Yes.
Did she say they're brothers?
I don't know, but I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're brothers. Let us know, Donna, if they're brothers or not. Yes, they are.
Okay, so I feel like this is an interesting scenario. My sense from Kona is not that he was so right now he's playing kind of more the aggressor or the pusher of pushing the envelope, if you will, pushing for the truth. Because, and I'm going to put that in quotes, pushing for the truth, because I think I have a couple questions about Buddha, but excuse me. It feels like he doesn't understand. He's like, I've had it with what he's doing right now, playing the passive guy. Like, it feels like Buddha was much more of a player, even just 9 months ago, and that there's something that's really switched off between the two of them that Buddha has done that Kona's kind of shocked about. So, Kona is much more dependent on Buddha being a leader than Kona is a leader. And Kona is also, like, his world was somewhat defined by how Buddha did things. He was a... So if Buddha's not leading the charge, again, it's interesting, we have these two situations back to back about, you know, who's leading within the animal kingdom. So that's what I got from Kona. And what I got briefly from Buddha is, you know, that he's kind of seeking a little independence from being as connected to his brother. He's got less energy. So that makes me wonder, is Kona pushing the truth about something within Buddha's health? Is there a decline here of some sort? But Buddha feels, you know, happy and is still playful, but it feels like there are times when Buddha's seeking something out from your son, that there's just not as much, you know, that he's getting more people stuff. And Kona does too. It feels like Kona's, I don't know if Kona's a mama's boy with you, Donna, but it does feel like he's got great relationships with the people, but I feel like he's just really missing something from Buddha. And I don't know if Buddha's really slowed down physically, or if Buddha's just stepping away from Kona's neediness. So, yeah, that's what I get. And
she says that they both want her.
They both want her, yeah. Well, there may be something more to that too, and I feel like Kona thinks that Buddha's very much a like is pulling off the little perfect card, you know what I mean? Like, and Kona's coming off more the bad boy, and then on top of it all, he's coming off that he was coming off more the bad boy before this situation. So even though they both want you, I would still look independently at who they are together. Who would they be if you weren't around? And I think there's a dynamic going on that Buddha's very much changed, and Kona's not accepting this change.
She says yes, exactly. She said, she asked what she can do to help him. She says, Buddha has taken over the bed. Yes, exactly. So, and she wants to know what she can do to help them.
I mean, one thing I would look at, I doubt there's anything really wrong, but I would look to see if Buddha's more lethargic or anything different about how he's doing this. Because, like I said, Kona's the follower, not the follower, but Buddha's more the leader. And I guess I would, if it were two dogs coming at you and Buddha was demanding, you'd back Buddha off, right? We just don't think that way in terms of cats, but you wouldn't let Buddha get away with all of that. You'd find equal time or equal play or specialized, this is Kona stuff, this is Buddha stuff, so when we don't think in terms of that with cats, that's when we get into trouble.
Okay, well, now we have, Donna says, vet put Buddha on fluoxetine Prozac for peeing on the floor.
Oh. So there may be something that is in that medication that is sending Kona over the edge from afar. And I would just see if that medication is still working. I mean, I think that it feels like that build-up started about 9 months ago, and I just really, there's something different going on physically for Buddha that Kona's, and I wrote less energy, blood work, I think I would recheck the levels of that medication.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what she responds with. It's the 9 months. Okay. All right. It is. I know that there's a lot of other people. Cheryl, I saw your comment. I'm sorry. I've been trying to scroll back and forth.
Oh,
that
we
I
have to go.
her. Yeah,
I have to
you
teach.
have to go teach.
So
what I will do is the next time, just remind me, please, the next time Joan does this. And for those of you who had medical issues, I know that...
we'll do a medical thing in a couple weeks. Like, if not, next week is the 5th of July, and I'm going to still do this just because I have the week off from the school, which means I work harder in doing stuff for the school. So I can put mascara on and show up. Otherwise, I'll be just doing admin stuff for the school. So, yeah.
Okay, and Kristen was asking also about her brother's dog that has permission for you to connect. That seems like a medical, so remind me, Kristen, when we do the medical on the Facebook Live.
Yeah, we'll see. It might be even next week. I'll just kind of see.
Okay, and Donna Callian says, thank you, we'll check with the vet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to sound like an alarmist. That's why I didn't say, that. But it is like, instead of him being bright like he was, it's like his energy is flattened. And that image of him taking over the bed is exactly like, ugh, like he's not the same guy. And I think that's really disturbing Kona. And as much as it may also be about you, it is a dynamic between them that would be existing if you were home or not. And that's what I always say. Like, when people say that their animals are jealous of each other, I'm like, what are they doing when you're not home? And that's the thing, is most people would say, oh, they're outside laying next to each other. Well, then they're not jealous. There's something else going on. Could be like a dog, a resource thing that they want to have you, but they're not jealous. And so, for me, when I look at this situation, as much as they both want your attention and they both want to be mama's boys, and Buddha very much is right now in Kona's eyes, I would say it is also a big dynamic happening between them. If you aren't home, what is going on? And that's, to me, it's still this whole thing of like, what happened to you, Buddha? I need you to be bigger, because Kona has more insecurity without Buddha being the big guy.
Yeah. Which probably explains why they fight worse when she's not home. She said they fight worse when she's not home.
Yeah, because
that explains it.
Yeah,
perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. So, there may be a different way to address the peeing than the medication, because I think even the medication is not only throwing Buddha's personality off, but it's the scent alone is throwing Kona off. Buddha doesn't even smell like Buddha. Okay, so
yes, you have to go.
I have to go
for
teach.
Anybody that I totally missed today, we will have another session where Joan will connect and just remind me that I skipped you. And we'll do the honor system. I will honor you. I won't doubt. We're all adults here, so she says, thank you so much, Joan and Claudia. Looking forward to keep learning in the certification course to figure out my complex Benji. Lynn says that.
Oh, Lynn, I can't wait. I know that you're with us for the long haul, so I can't wait either. It's sort of like Agnes, like, okay, we're doing this. We're in. We're all in. This is part of what gets to happen being in the school, is that you know, you're going to grow. You're going to leave with a great skill set, and maybe never leave. And our animals get to shift and grow. So it's really that.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very powerful process. So I'm excited too about Benji, and I already love Benji.
Yeah, we had the So anyway, all right, everybody, thank you so much.
Thank
We
you,
gotta
and
go teach.
again, the virtual retreat is in mid-July. It's going to be very magical, and I will see you later.